Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Best of 9 Showmatch brought to you by MetaPlace. This is Almirante 99 playing as Decimus here in the blue color. Let's do this. On the other side, we have got EOD, Spartan Seb, playing as Arbiter in the red. Two of the very best players in the game. Really can't complain, because that would be lame. We've got very standard builds with augmented harvesters to begin with. $40 for the winners, by the way. And it looks like people are dropping subscriptions on Twitch left and right already, so thank you very much. Also, stay tuned for more show matches. There's 3 more coming, so anybody hitting the like and subscribe buttons on YouTube or the follows on Twitch will be notified. We're also on Kick, and I am going to move very, very soon on the 25th. At which point I can add even more streaming platforms, because I'm intending to switch to a gigabit connection. That would be sick. Alright, now. Chopper going after the Grunt, which is also a very nice denial of resources. If it can get the other one as well, that would be extra sick, but the garrison being so close makes that difficult. Very much doubting that that would happen. There is the Brute Grunt squad here of Amis to deny this, but thing is, the Elite Grunts technically would win out in this one because of the faster speed as well as the higher firepower, so you can wiggle them a lot better and stuff. Well, the gift subs coming in from Scorpion Lost, thank you so much. We aren't putting up the alerts because we're gonna have to redo all the alert systems now that we're multi-streaming, as we want to feature everything on there. Despite Twitch's rules, I do believe that will not actually go through. They ban you from putting up stuff from other platforms. Well, I don't think that's gonna work out, Twitch, so gotta deal with it. Double generator is up, and both of these players are looking to stabilize on tier 1 a little bit. Maybe could expect a hero. And that's exactly what EOD is gonna do, which is also very typical EOD stuff, right? Like, against against Decimus, you probably don't want to go for War Council first, because Vortex would be an absolute pain, but adding it a little bit later should be totally fine. Ami himself should add the Warlord, however, and he's got the empty slot in the back. I'm really surprised to see it being a raid camp, because thing is, the Warlord hero could pull in the Arbiter, right? And slam the hammer, Vortex this guy, and then what do you do? Then he should pretty much just go down, especially if all that is supported by a little bit of Grunt Mines and whatever. It's tough to be an RB in tier 1. However, you get around to tier 2, and things are gonna look a whole lot better there. Yodesla actually says the same thing in the chat. He says Desi wins in under 14 minutes or RB wins. Yeah, something like that, exactly. Tier 1 can be tough, but if you can get value out of this RB hero, if there isn't a hard counter to it around, I definitely think that the RB can swing into a super stable tier 2, where Decimus just doesn't have the ability to catch up. Of course, if it's a stable tier 2 for Decimus, it's quite fine. You know, you get to the 4th point with Boundless Siphon, those Elite Rangers are a menace, especially if you add a bunch of Marauders to them. Oh, come on, Ami. He's killing everything. He says he knows shredded. Where? Oh, there is like one. I really hope he doesn't resign. That would be horrible. This is not a nose shred though. Very accidental and very clearly accidental, so just stirring the pot. It wouldn't be Halo Wars 2 without it. Meanwhile, chat is smashing the goals on the subscriptions. We're nearly at 30 subs again, despite our extended break, as we're working on the upcoming player tier system, which will allow everybody to be placed fairly in a certain bracket of skill. where each bracket of skill will get their own tournaments next year. So we're working very hard on that. It's coming soon, guys. Sorry for the reduced activity, but it will be worth it, promise you. So we have bada bing, bada boom to Fang. Gifting a ton of subs there, at least 5+, as far as I can see. But yeah, he out. He got out. That's what the anime sprint is for, as everybody knows. EOD is getting the third generator, however, and, you know, having destroyed Ami's second generator, that should put him in the territory where he's comfortably ahead. Shield generator getting bought by Almirante instead of an expansion, and this is exactly where Arbiter wants to be. Economically speaking, what EOD is doing is just significantly better. And now he's putting his new production stuff up front, lacking the back building, so Ami has that in a little bit of a timing lead, but I don't think it amounts to all that much, especially if RB is going to end up hiding under a shield. Thing is, Desi right now doesn't have anything here to break through that thing. So this is just absolutely beautiful. Not much worry for EOD whatsoever, having control of 4 power nodes for several minutes now. I think 2+ minutes, at least with that thing. And then Conduit of Rage will heal up the RB anyhow. Can't rely on that. Yeah, Ami knows not to poke in there, because the RB would just run everything down, so... Yeah, those Rangers are gonna be cut to pieces by the RB. If they reach some higher numbers, however, that could be spooky, honestly. But you add the NGs, you hide under the shield, you anime sprint, you drop in the mines and whatnot, you stasis half of them by this point as well. Do you actually stasis? I'm wondering if the elite drop would be better at that point. Because EOD already has the lead, right? If you drop the elites on the generator and somehow it works out, that's sick. Although, of course, there's a shield gen here, so easier said than done, I would say. Wow, even more subs are coming in, and we're gonna beat our record, it says on Twitch. That's wild. Thanks, guys, very much for the support. Really appreciate it. Scorpion Laws with further sub gifts, and Kimber dropping the biddies. That's hot. Morpsta joining in. Thanks, guys. Ooh. Oh, the crew is here. That's what I said. The stasis on the elites while everything else is just getting massacred. It's nasty. A little bit of debuff on these elites. However, they are also buffed by Conduit of Rage. So, give and take here. And with the full health, full shield Arbiter, how are these guys supposed to do anything, man? This is absolutely savage. Oh man, they're gonna go down. RB is anime sprinting, and splash damages will be hitting more than a single entity in the squad, as you can tell. 2 of them going down a piece for each strike. He's significantly reducing the DPS output of this army. There's Boundless Siphon, however, giving them a little bit of opportunity to strike back. But anime sprint, yeah, get out of here. Okay, so what's next for EOD? It looks like he's got quite a bit of... Oh! He's going tier 3, that's why he's got so much supplies, and he's actually flexing on Almirante by living up to his name and becoming EOD the Builder. Putting down several bases at the same time. This one has to be cancelled, obviously. But what it does is prevent Ami from taking the slot, and it keeps his army here, as opposed to going after the power nodes, as opposed to trying to chase that hero, as opposed to denying the space before it upgrades. So EOD is gaining himself some pretty good leverage. He's swapping to Foundries, which means that Wraiths will be pumped out shortly. You guys know what Wraiths do to these things? It's nasty. It is horrible. EOD is putting on a clinic. Honestly, there's nothing I can add at this point that is valuable advice. He's done all the things he needed to do. Oh, he's even got Wraiths coming out of here. Yeah, he's got all the population, so whatever is gonna happen to this army is not gonna be very pretty. Decimus Hero might help. And that's a nice pick up there with the Warlord. That's exactly what you want to do in these scenarios. Just try to isolate the Wraiths and pick them off one by one. Obviously, the big army. Numbers do matter in Halo Wars a lot. Tanks are supposed to counter the infantry, but infantry blob don't care about one tank. Infantry blob care about 5 tanks. Nice little takedowns. Ami now taking over the power nodes a little bit, but as I said, these bases are up, and that's a huge economic lead for EOD. He's just kind of running away with this game. Once he can max out on Wraiths, gonna be very problematic to take them on. Even if those grunts stay stacked up like that, that's gonna become ugly very quickly. They don't even have their upgrade, by the way. These are not Pack Brother grunts. There's no bros. No pack bros just yet. And EOD's upgrading the other base on the far side. There's no shield turret here. That's how confident he is, ladies and gentlemen. Although he may have lost the foundry, but like I said, 4 or 5 Wraiths, a very different story to the single one. Even if Warlord was around. Now, Ami's next play is definitely the Desi drop. In fact, it's pretty much his only play. What else would he be doing? I mean, you've got to deal with this tier 3 Arbiter with probably Conduit of Rage level 2 by now. I'd be very surprised if EOD didn't have it. And he's got all these Rangers protecting the side power nodes. Would it be a good idea for him to bring him over here into the fight? Maybe. It looks like EOD's even gonna save the tank. Wow. Very strong start for our red gamer here from the UK. Boundless Fury is in. Makes these boys faster and hit harder. Finally, his base is upgrading. But yeah, he's gonna be stuck in tier 2 a long time. This is what happens when you don't have a third generator. That's a jump up route he's trying to make. I think their time is over, but he did get Dark Skies, so there's 3 squad members now instead of 2. Huge upgrade. But I don't think this is the time to do it. Look at all those Wraiths. EOD is actually kind of taking it easy with their production as well. We're gonna see a shield generator, and I'm assuming at some point we'll see a population upgrade. Oh, it's delayed because EOD went for the 7 slot. Okay. Okay, that's a lot of spending right there. And he's getting Scorch. He's getting Scorch instead of Pop. My god. Okay, the Twitch hype train has completed. Thanks everyone. That is 14 sub gifts, 800 bits. Very much appreciated. That essentially covers a good chunk of the show match already. Wow. Blown away by the support, even though I can't talk very well. I'm foreign, I get away with it. Originally English was my third language. Now it's... I think in it, so... That's what living in an English-speaking country does to you. At least long term. It's been a decade now. Very chill game. All the momentum is kind of gone. But I think EOD being up 4 bases to 2, he doesn't care about that. The longer this game goes, the better it is for Arbiter. Like, time passing itself, unit creation, upgrades completing, all that stuff contributes to his leader power XP. And once you get to Conduit of Rage 3, let alone Power Surge. Man, if Power Surge starts happening with the plasma bolts and whatnot, there is nothing you can do to Arbiter because he'll be essentially constantly pumping out that Conduit of Rage. And you always have a superior army to you with a hero that's essentially unkillable. So what do? You move on to the next game and think about how to kill RB faster next time, is usually the accepted wisdom. That's a very nice stun plus beam, I must say, but they're stasis. It can't hurt them. And the hunters kind of end up getting caught here. The stasises will be gone. And when they are gone, I think the Wraiths are going to evaporate these hunters. Maybe 1 or 2 will fall. But we've got a tier 3 Arbiter that's 1 star. He doesn't even need to rage. All these tanks supporting him. And the hero will be absolutely yeeted and deleted. Oh my god. Where is the Desi of Almirante? He can certainly afford it. There it is. But this is probably still too big of an army. The beams delete 2 Wraiths, 3 Wraiths right away. And there's gonna be a Vortex follow-up too. That would have been very useful a little bit earlier. But now they're all Invisibros. And the base is shooting them. The elites are shooting them. The RB is picking everything off. Almi's trying to wiggle a little bit. But that's 4 Wraiths that are way too quick for him to just take down. It's not gonna happen. Desi is, I think, toast. He's trying to run away. He's even getting the glitch with the Boundless Siphon healing to help him, but yeah, it's not enough, not even close. By the way, it's not something he does on purpose, it just happens, but EOD just putting on an absolute clinic, as I said earlier, and capitalizing on the advantage he already had for a long time. He just waited for his moment, and I think he did hit at the correct time, even though he didn't have the 100 population mark, but whatever, his upgrades were done. Yeah, his leader power's ready. That was enough already. And now he's gonna be going up to that 100 population mark with only a handful of losses. He lost like, what, 5 Wraiths to kill 2 heroes with the Desi hero, costing 2,000 resources. He killed 5 hunters, and he gained a rank on his RB hero. That is exactly the place you want to be. Once you get 2 or even 3 stars, this thing becomes unkillable. You can just suicide it into extractors, and it doesn't end up being a suicide because he heals himself. Absolutely bonkers. Ami on 2 bases, just suffering here, dragging it out so that EOD has to play at 4 AM, or so he would hope. Will that actually happen? It remains to be seen. Ooh. This is a cute attempt, says EOD. He's about to come over here and slap Ami in the face. Backhanded. It's gonna be ugly, bros. Unless there's a massive follow-up to that jump, which there is not. This is gonna be a yikers. Look at all that plasma on the ground just scorching everything to bits. Even the bits are scorched. Jeez. Now if the brutes remain, we're gonna have Plasma Bolt to keep the Conduit of Rage going. Buffing everyone up. Speed, healing, damage. The works. This is absolutely disgusting how powerful EOD is. It should be illegal. Please nerf. Next. Liam arrives just in time as well. Good to see you, Liam. Yep. Yep. That unit kill to death ratio, man. 90 to 56. Are you kidding me? Welcome to game 2. Sorry for the late start on this one, but we didn't miss any action in the middle. Almirante is playing as Colony, and he's shockingly low on resources and buildings. I think he might have overmade units at the beginning. EOD is now the one playing as Decimus, in fact. Very interesting to see, and we are just in time for the fighting. But like I said, the buildings aren't right. Almi is only now finishing the 3rd building. EOD actually made an extra chopper. They're going really hard for the middle. 2 choppers from EOD versus Almi's Skitterer chopper. He really wants to win this fight. but there is a grunt supporting Ami, so he might be doing quite okay there, considering that wiggling the chopper in these fights would mean that he's dodging the shots, whereas the skitter cannot be dodged as long as it's in range. So very nice start by him. And you know, keeping the grunt around is actually even better. Free choppers! This man just made free choppers! That's a team respawn moment right now. We have to put that in the thumbnail. I'm calling them out. He's gonna take down everything, man, even the skid. Although this is expensive, but hey, you are ahead one chopper at the end of the day. That's all that shouldn't matter. Ami with 0 mini bases, EOD already bought 2, and Ami doesn't have resources. So if EOD can actually snatch one of these minis before Ami, he will be able to hold on to it. That's absolutely epic. Ooh, he's got it. He's got it. What's Ami gonna do? Oh, he's got Goliaths coming. Okay. Okay, he fine. But EOD can just sell that one. Oh, Ami isn't doing it. He's rushing across the map. This is crazy. What is this video game? Killing Frenzy on the chopper confirmed. Ramming it down with the Goliath, but taking a lot of damage on the way back. Dude, Ami isn't gonna care about minis. EOD might have overbought. Let's see what kind of defenses he can muster in this last moment. The rate cap is coming down. He's making more choppers as well. But like I said, the skid helps a lot in these situations. There's more choppers coming from mini bases as well. If he had only been able to sell that back one. But this is what might give Almirante the edge here. Exactly that. And bear in mind, there's no healing for EOD. Right? You have to actually make engineers as Decimus, so there's a little bit of balance to having Boundless Siphon and whatnot. Even though it's bugged and whatnot. Extractor is absolutely toast. There's no way you can save this thing. Even with the double chopper. Triple chopper, okay, there's a chance. Maybe with the brutes jumping on, but Ami has a split on these guys, so despite the need to Wiggle Micro these guys to... Well, Wiggle Micro, Stutter Step to animation cancel. He's got a good spread on them, and that takes care of that. Skid picks off a Chopperino, but there's 3 more, there's 4 more, so this will go down. But Ami does have a little bit of a tech lead, supposedly, especially if the Hunter Captain can make it across the map, who is absolutely amazing against vehicles, especially with the Skid follow-up. What is this game? This is the best Banish Mirror I have ever watched. I want all the games to be like this going forward. None of that standard shield juggling nonsense. This is where it's at. EOD is going across the map, immediately noticing that there is a power vacuum that he can claim. Moving across with, what, 4 choppers, I think? No more choppers. That's all brutes. There's some on this side already, but like I said, the Hunter Captain is a beast. He can absolutely nail these to the wall. There's going to be a raid camp on the other side as well, so the Hunter Captain is a little bit less good against those. And the brutes, in fact, could slap him rather well. If EOD can get this Hunter Captain out of position and then enter the base and go after the extractor, that would be the dream. And he is, in fact, going through the side to make sure that such a maneuver can be accomplished. We'll see how this is gonna work out. EOD now on 2 power extractors, but making power units will make it impossible to upgrade these things, so he's gonna have to stall that a little bit. But yeah, 4 brutes with Vortex, that's an easy kill on the extractor, guarantee it. The Hunter Capitano is spotted across the map. This is EOD's chance to strike. Could be completely gutting Almirante right now, as he's not ready for what's about to happen. Shrapnel Mines is getting researched. Well, you would need that, buddy. Only 4 grunts. I'm not sure about this one. Hunter Captain waddling back very slowly. That's gonna take a few million years until everything becomes crabs, I guess. going after those grunts. Pre-mines. They don't have mines. They're never gonna have mines because they're gonna be dead. The brutes can slap the extractor down very easily. The Capitano is still only at the ramp of the base. Healing attempt is coming through, but Vortex should be available to deal with this thing. I'm not even sure it's going to be used because, well, the Hunter Captain is late to the party, and that's more than enough brutes to handle him. You can also kind of stagger the jumps onto him if you want to silence the guy a little bit. The taunt is sick, however, but like I said, there is decent damage from the brutes onto the hero, especially combined with Vortex. That is going to be through the roof. The guy is trying to target down the choppers, as that is where most of the damage will be in fact coming from, but the beam is undodgeable for the Hunter Captain. That's why you really want to make him in tier 2, because that lines up with having a teleport. He's toast. Ami has no generators and probably no hope to stay in this game. EOD on 4 mini bases to 2 with 2 extractors behind this, has 100 extra power. Is he actually going tier 2 behind this? No, he's pumped units, so that's gonna be what it is. And he also used all his leader power, so that's where all the power went. I think he got some upgraded harvesters. That's also where the power went. So yeah, absolutely no chance of tier 2 just yet, but he's significantly ahead. He's capturing triple power nodes behind this, so not a moment of letting up from this guy. A base is coming up too. And he's even got some defenders in case there is a colony drop. The man thought about absolutely everything. What a beautiful game. Well, Ami did take back the back mini, and he's got his Mexican gen upgrading in the far back, but yeah, you guys can see the problem. There are colony drop Goliaths in, but they're gonna have to waddle across the map. This is gonna be spotted. There's gonna be grunts on the fence. EOD does have Boundless Siphon. Ami knows there is absolutely no way he can push this. There's more defenders back there. He toasts. EOD takes a second win off of Almirante. You know, it's actually pretty rough to just come back from work and face EOD minutes later. I understand, Ami. That's tough. Hopefully he can sort himself out though and make this a 9-game series. Gamers around the flat universe, we have got Almirante 99. He needs your support. He's playing as Cutter, which is a really good leader here. Funnily enough, EOD is staying on Banished. Very interesting to see Yap Yap from him here. Not that Yap Yap is bad on Vault, not by any means. He's actually great here, but typically this is a map where you see RB, where you, which you can't do. You could see Shipmaster here, or even Atriox to a degree. You out of the Banished, that is. For ULSC, it's Cutter, Forge, a little bit of Isabel. But I think you don't want to go Isabel because the risk of Forge is just too high. So you really don't want to mess with that. You don't want to enter Warthog War against a guy who can buff his Warthogs and has a better economy than you. That's a bad idea. So don't do that. EOD doing a good job with the map presence. The grunts are everywhere. They're picking up the power. This is how things should be. I'm not sure who picked up that one. I'm gonna wager it was Almirante. But hey, EOD is all over the place and picked up all the resources. All he needs is one more mini base, which he is about to have the resources for. No, he spent on something, as he needs more buildings, of course. And who gets it? EOD. Oh my god. Okay, Ami has got his work cut out for him because now he's down to the 4 mini bases. And sure, Cutter in tier 1, absolute pain, right? You got those fast Hellbringers, you've got your Spartan mine combo. You've got your ODSTs coming in as well. On top of all that, the infantry goes around capturing nodes fast. Wait a second, is that a jackrabbit? What? No, he's not gonna be making jackrabbits. That would be horrible. That's from the beginning, which I actually didn't look at. But the mines coming in as well might blow up that marine. Exactly what happened. I'm surprised Ami didn't blow up the other one with it. But yeah, Hellbringer time. Let's see if EOD can in fact defend this. What's that raid camp making over there? Looks like a heavy grunt, but also the Chopperino is coming in from somewhere. It's from the main base, which is very far away. I'm not a huge fan of that. But he's also gonna get a scout on the main base of Ami, which is gonna have 2 turrets by now. So I think you really want to take away the fight from this location and not worry about that anymore for a long time. And just fight the Hellbringers coming out of the mini base. You take over that one mini base, you've basically won the game. Cutter on just one mini base and one main is not so great. You kind of want to be able to throw resources at the enemy, be on the offense, and destroy stuff. That is the place you want to be in. Using leader powers aggressively, taking out buildings, hurting armies with power combos, like the Spartan Mine Slam, or just Slam and ODST mines, which doesn't have to be from the drop itself. If you place mines after the jump directly from existing ODSTs, that's perfectly fine. You will see them soon enough. And Ami's army is looking very good. Kind of melting away EOD here. This mini base is toast, 100%. And EOD doesn't have a really good tool to deal with it until Beam, which is about to be unlocked. He's actually getting a base on top of everything, and shrapnel rounds on the choppers. So this heavy commitment here from Almirante. Is he gonna be beamed now? Ami is looking, so it might not be the very best time to get that done. The mines are getting thrown down right after a set of slams, but Ami has his own slams and his own mines. Ooh, a good portion of the army is gone. Trying to wiggle the Spartan out of this beam. Oh, actually, it's getting cancelled. The Spartan gets in the garrison. Very much able to destroy the choppers from that. But I think also the beam was enough together with the mine and the chopper upgrades and whatever. All that together is good enough to slow down this army. They're not going to touch that base, but EOD also doesn't have a ton of power. He's going to have to spend a lot on those choppers, and Ami must be saving up, I think, to ODSTs. If he doesn't make too many Marines, he'll actually be able to drop them in, but not like this. Does he actually want to drop them in? By the way, one thing to keep in mind is that if you drop something onto mines, like an ODST, like any drop really, even the icicles from Serena would do the trick. It deletes mines, and your units actually don't get hurt. So that's OP. Spartan isn't gonna get the shields because he popped out of the garrison, and EOD pops in the cannon fodder. That is 2000 IQ. The Chopperino is gonna go down along with the Spartan and the ODSTs. While they did stun and hurt the Chopperinos a little bit, it does look like they will be taken care of. EOD has bought back the mini base army, never capitalized on this. The AoE on the choppers was almost sufficient to take down the satchels, but didn't work out. Oh, this is good stuff from EOD, and once again, he's using the cannon fodder very smartly to take down the mines. Does Ami have anything behind this? Like, okay, second generator, that's good. No Spartan coming up. Wait, he is actually getting a Spartan back. Now relying on Marines, now relying on Diego, who will absolutely hard counter choppers. It's time to stop making choppers, right? Meow. They no longer work in this state. So I think EOD, you should be happy that your mini base stayed up for this long. When it gets weak, just sell these harvesters and you're good to go into tier 2. Which he did. He did. The 5-slot expansion is also finishing up. He doesn't have a whole lot of production buildings, so I'm a little bit worried about that. Oh, Ami's gonna help EOD, however, by walking over the mines. That hurts. There's a little bit of a shimmer, but I mean, you gotta focus, right? You really gotta look at the screen and not just send a move order and look away again, which is likely what happened here. It's very easy to not be always looking at your army all the time, but yeah, in Halo Wars 2 you gotta be really quick with making units, because you look away too long, Elite Power is gonna delete your stuff, and then you're in trouble sauce. EOD gets the mini-base back again! You are absolutely joking me. This is ridiculous. Get out of here. I think this is a conspiracy. Wait, did EOD just upgrade the cannon fodder? No. No. Yes! Yes! Yes, he did! They have the red attacks now. That's better. Hits harder. Tickle, tickle! Well, all these grenades are being spent on the mini base here. And it's just cannon fodder. So, EOD is having an absolute party in this base. Getting turrets, getting engineers, getting raid camps, which will result in, I assume... Oh, wait, for a generator. I was gonna say elite, but I guess it's not in a rush just yet because he has to upgrade the generator. He's also got the gobos. So everything's coming along, it's just a little bit fast. Oh, he's got a drop, no wonder. No wonder he's taking down the mini bases. This is exactly what we were talking about at the beginning. Ami loses one of these minis, he's in trouble, but he's gained this. So that is kind of acceptable. Also picking up these power nodes is a good idea, but meanwhile EOD has stolen one with this heavy grunt over here. Are they... They're not even from the drop, they're just pre-existing and hidden and whatnot. Amazing. Can't believe there's still mines there. Oh, the ODSDs nearly got him. Well, Cutter is a really solid leader, ladies and gentlemen. One of the highest win rates, especially at this skill level, it's actually the highest win rate, I'm pretty sure. We can check on this after the match. I did want to give a shout out to Halo Warpoint a long time ago anyway. I think we'll make a dedicated video for that on the MetaPlays channel because they really deserve it. So much updating done by Vorns there on that website. You can check your MMR, you can check your personal win rates, you can check global win rates, you can see how many people are playing online. It's really cool. I mean, it only has online population, so when you see a small number, don't be discouraged. Everyone is playing multiplayer that's pulled on that website, so considering that, it's really good numbers. Ground goblins are coming in. Shield is coming up as well, unless it's gonna be carpet bombs or something, which I don't think is gonna happen. A very small army in Diego's toes, so the turrets are already well worth their money there. You don't want to let the Diegos get out of control, huh? Shield doing its work. Engineers repairing everything that was a little bit damaged. Not actually leaving it alone for now, but yeah, the units are all picked off. We've got the triple gobbo with Charge Storm Launcher, and they're gonna charge in on that Spartan and take it down. It never had a chance. Charge Storm Launcher is absolutely bonkers. ODST, sorry, that's ODST assault group, but we're gonna have a grunt dome, we're gonna have a beam, so that tank is toast immediately off the bat. The mines detonate, but barely took anything with them. And already half the drop is gone. And by half, I mean the entirety of it. No! Not again! And bear in mind, all these rank 3 grunts have their upgrades, so they're actually hitting hard. It all goes together. Jesus Christ, Almirante might go down quick here if EOD racks up 5 wins somehow. Just 2 more. Ay. This is one-sided today, ladies and gentlemen. What's going on here? EOD just too good? I think we might have EOD fight against Rock's Cutter next. As part of that special Showmatch request by, I believe, Keanu was that one. Yeah, I think that might be necessary here, if Ami doesn't turn this around. If he does turn it around, it has to be Ami, of course. Alright, Almirante 99, bringing in the big guns. This is his biggest gun he's got, in fact. It is Arbiter. On the other side, EOD is maintaining the banished game. It's gonna be Pavium in this one, which, you know, if you do a whole lot of stuff, which means choppers early, which is exactly what EOD is doing, you can pick off a lot of the infantry at the beginning and control the map, but it is expensive. So if the opposition gets a little bit too many mini bases out of that situation, that can be problematic, and Almirante already is secured too, whereas EOD is gonna have to hunt for grunts in order to make his money back from choppers. Eventually, I think that what Ami should do is get an Arbiter out and support it with just a little bit of grunts and just running around with that RB. But it looks like it's very mini-base heavy. Almirante might in fact want to go for a Ghost Suicide Grunt and then follow up with Enforcers. That could be very, very potent indeed. And the Ghosts do beat the Choppers. They are cheaper, they have shields, so they can slowly whittle away at these guys. Of course, in the first direct fight, not looking so good. But you do have Stasis Mines, you do have Conduit of Rage, and now 5 mini bases to 1. This is the inverse of the prior situations. EOD Spartan 7 is gonna have to go tier 2 and make something out of this. He's got one upgraded extractor and the second one's coming in. He didn't even get all the power on the map, but he got a good amount. With Ami getting just one of these. I really don't know what EOD's plan is. I guess he's gonna build buildings, expanding early. We'll see where that's gonna take him. I assume the power is gonna be upgraded next. There's no slot even in the back. What is going on, EOD? Nami is just gonna be content making the Arbiter hero. Of course he is. I mean, you can just send that guy into the power, right? Take out some of these extractors and that should go absolutely great. At least in my opinion. With Pavium just not having all that many tools to deal with it. Of course the choppers are nice, but the anime sprint Arbiter can kind of get away. Especially with teleporters and whatever. Bada Bing Bada Boom says he'll throw in 5 sub gifts for every Ami win. Ami, please win. He's trying. It's certainly not for lack of effort. One thing to be said here is that Ami has apparently been playing Halo Wars 1, which is a big surprise that he's looking to the past at this point. Halo Wars 1 was a great game though. It was a great game. But we can't really cover it because there's no spectator mode, so even as a special show match, we would have to make it a 2v2 and destroy our base. That would be some pretty low quality business. Maybe as a special occasion I could imagine it, but not on the regular, I don't think. Alright, so is RB gonna go and do anything, or is he just guarding the grunts? Guys, I think he's just guarding the grunts. What is this? It's only grunts? And EOD is not building any production whatsoever. Except Pavium. How is he gonna... Okay, just choppers and Pavium. Why not? It is difficult for the grunts to take on the choppers, to be fair. If you can keep doing some nice pullback micro on them, wiggle out of the way of the grunts, then this happens. Yeah, that's tough, buddy. That is tough. We got upgrades on the choppers. Pavium's already dead. This might be a quick one, I think. All the chopperitos are basically toast. The army just ripped them apart. Oh my goodness, what was EOD thinking? Okay, Ami took this pretty well, and everyone who voted for Ami is gonna get an almost 4 times return. I wish my stocks performed as well. Oh well. Oh well. Well, that was fun. Okay, we'll see what EOD wants next. He just burned Pavium, which is actually a good pick on some of the remaining maps. Especially if he goes for one of those smaller maps where you can actually, you know, walk between the points. But like, picking the most open map and going for several early choppers just begs for those mini base purchases, and then you can't do anything about it. So, something was lost in communication here, methinks. That was rough. Rock is saying that Ami's morale is up. He just needed a win. Amazing. Well, let's see what EOD wants. He gets a map, and bada bing bada boom wasn't joking. He actually dropped 5 subs. Thank you. Thank you very much. That also means we broke the 30 limit, so I believe you gifted 10 subs today already. Bada bing, bada boom. Much appreciated. That's a big bet you're taking. You don't have to, but this is appreciated. All right. What can we do next? It's all up to EOD. We're going to Frontier. Bear in mind, he has still not touched UNSC, and Isabel on Frontier is actually pretty good. You Kodiak around a little bit, and you transition into the tank stage from there. It should be solid, but it's usually an Atriox map, and if he keeps playing as Banished, then we're gonna be seeing Atriox, I think. From Almirante, I also expect the Atriox. You could technically go for Shipmaster. Both would be good there. But I think Shipmaster takes the spot for that one, so they were saving both of them for this map. We'll see how it goes. Shipmaster mirrors can be extremely treacherous with the ghost rams. Let's see if that's what they do. Alright, you gamers. What can we do here? EOD has picked his leader. Oof. That's a tough one to cast. It's very back and forth between these players, and EOD has been just absolutely killing it in the first few games. I don't know what Ami's next move here is. The Shipmaster Mirror is probably the best he can hope for, right? He's really good at those. There's an argument in the chat that Isabel is not good on Frontier. Man, you watch EOD. If he picks it, you'll see. He'll probably not pick it. He keeps that stuff for tournaments. But I think he's really onto something if he does it. To be fair, Shipmaster would be one of the less easy ones early on to face, but you make it far enough, it's good. We've got our leaders, ladies and gentlemen, let's do this. Oh, it's none of the above. Okay. That is strange. That is very odd, indeed. This is some alternate universe nonsense. And we'll take it. This is a matchup I totally didn't expect. We have got Almirante 99 playing as Forge, of all things. And on the other side, this is EOD Spartan Seb playing as Jerome. What? Why these leaders? Got the generator second from both players. Forge because you always do that. It lines up with the resource discounts. So you can immediately upgrade your generator. Despite upgrading the heavy supply pad, which is not true of Jerome, but Jerome needs it to make an armory 5th. And then get that hero out quickly. Pairing this up with the mini base. Jackrabbit's almost toast, so you have to be really careful there of whatever Ami did with that. It is looking good. Marines will be hurting this Jackrabbit a lot, so eventually we'll have to leave. But Frontier is easy with that because you can very quickly heal up your unit. Oh, it just about made it. Whew. Armory getting put down. Looks like Jackrabbit has been destroyed. Almi didn't manage to keep it alive, but there's nothing particularly exciting happening right this moment. So EOD is gonna get... Oh, he cancels the barracks. It's kind of an armory 4th, but he kind of doesn't have the power, so he kind of can't make the hero. So he's kind of floating 600 supplies. Ah! No! Now we're just playing it really chill. Up front, we'll be having the 4 truck coming out very soon. Just needs a little bit of supplies. There it is. He's already got 3 mini bases, whereas EOD isn't worried about that. He's getting a generator behind this. I'm wondering if he's gonna actually upgrade his hero. That's probably what he needs to be doing at this point. Hey, I just noticed we have 20 viewers on YouTube. That's actually going pretty well. More than last time, that's for sure. We'll keep doing it. One thing I did notice so far is that YouTube pushes the live VODs a lot less than it does videos. So I think what I will do is after the live streams are done, probably still gonna upload the edited version of the games. Probably still gonna do that. Also, it seems to pay much worse in ad revenue. Don't know why. Oh, that hurt. That hurt a lot. Nice landing, but at the same time, now it's not gonna land on the army. Spartans in the Mantis, but the Mantis is losing shields rapidly, and then health is next. Won't last very long. We've got the Vigos to try to dodge the 4-chog shot, and it works out. He's gonna take down the 4-chog. Holy moly. EOD just did it. But what did he actually do? He's got his mini bases of his own, right? He's got the double upgraded generator, which Ami does not. In fact, Ami has barracks and whatever. Hero can kind of kite people for a long, long time. Is this actually gonna work out? You know, once you get to limousines, well, you're gonna see limousines. It could actually work. I'd be really interested in seeing what that can do. Of course, scatter bomb and anvil round together, annoying as hell. But it shuts down any sniper play, that's for sure. Rock said the YouTube streaming UI is bad. That's a little true, but you can get extensions. There's a theater mode extension, for example, that you can install in your browser. And what else is there that's good? Well, the quality is good. So once I move, you'll see the difference when I'll be using the full bitrate maximum of, I think, 60K. As opposed to Twitch's 6K. Yeah. I think that will be noticeable. So the feed quality will be much better. Anyway, we've got a heal. EOD is tier 2. And if he can upgrade this Spartan, it will wipe this out. We've got 2 turrets as well. And the garage is coming in, so none of that limo business. There will be, I assume, Warthogs. And then we'll see. Do think that one generator is toast, however. All these Marines are being supported by the Warthog's aura, boosting up their defenses a little bit. Doesn't matter if the turret is targeting something else, of course. A watchtower coming in so that EOD can see better what's destroying his base. Why can't I see where that went? The anvil round just went off the map somehow, through the ground. Okay, we'll take it. EOD is getting the Spartan upgrade. It's done. The Warthog is getting absolutely destroyed. The Vigor is working out. But the Marines are getting on top of all this. Army's trying to chase him down. He's scatter bombing, but it's a huge miss. Has to go back into the Marines, however, but the mines are detonating on the Marines. They're not gonna be too hurt, but the Warthog slams down the Forger's Warthog, and now the hero can't escape because the heavy metal Marines are too slow. Although the Warthogs are destroyed, and these are now... do they have their rockets? No, they don't. Because Army's in tier 1. Yes. Rebuilding the generator, getting more Warthogs. The second base is up, whereas Army hasn't even started it. He's only now upgrading to tier 2 and has to remake the Warthog, so that's all expensive business. Discussion about whether Jerome is any good. He can be okay. He's certainly very poor in win rates on ladder. Obviously a showmatch and tournament environment is different, because you get to pick your leader per map. I wish that was a ladder experience. After all this time, I think everybody would agree that that is the better way to run things. That is why we don't blind randomize the maps in tournaments after leader picks. Yeah, that would require some external tool anyway, but still. That would be awful. Just a leader roulette is what I would call that. Anyways, EOD is deleting several of these buildings now with the trash drop, with the units, focusing down the generators. Of course, they're the most valuable of the existing buildings. It's popping out your Spartan means that your DPS will be a little bit higher, but you do lose the rockets in this vehicle, of course. But, I mean, Almirante has been freaking gutted, man. His counterattack needs to do all the work. These are now combat tech Marines, so the timing push is looking okay. But all that EOD truly needs to do is upgrade one of these. Exactly, he's doing it. He's upgrading one of these turrets. It's happening. And there will be Warthogs to defend. They're running over mines too. And Army is not looking, so the numbers are already diminished. Still plenty where it came from, right? Mini base is getting toasted. Hey, Chavez found us on Kick. We have a Kick viewer, and he followed. Guys, if you follow us on Kick, you'll be able to get affiliate there as well, allowing people to subscribe through Kick at a 95% revenue ratio in favor of us, as opposed to Twitch's 50-50. Just saying. Ami is going in hard with the Kodiaks. Holy moly. That's a hard commitment if I've ever seen one. And, yeah, brutal. So it turns out Kick is actually the second best way to support us after our very own subscription system on our website. Crazy, I know. Well, there's our donation system, I guess, and the Showmatch commission, so Kick is number 4. And then it's YouTube, and then it's Twitch. EOD has been stripped naked. Ay. That's lewd content right there. The anti-infantry turret is still doing some amount of work. Granted, Ami doesn't have a lot of resources here, so this is only gonna last so long. And the Spartan certainly is capable of wiping this. Dude, that Kodiak is out healing the damage. Nice. People asking how do you join the tournament? It is a show match. It's a 1v1. That's it. It's just these two players playing up to 9 games. There's no tournaments right now. We'll make tournaments next year again. You make an account on meta-place.com. Link in the YouTube description or the Twitch about section or the Kick about section. You'll find it there. You make an account and next year there will be tournaments. We'll send emails, we will post on social media, we will make a trailer video about it. You'll see. But at the moment it's just show matches. Like this one. There's 3 more in the queue as of right now. And undoubtedly more coming up. He'll be getting his base back, but so is Ami. Is there any hope for our blue gamer here? Not if his buildings get destroyed. They're already very low. And the Spartan has had a party this whole time. Every Marine that dies is value for EOD, but he won't be gaining veterans if he keeps moving his Spartan. Do keep that in mind. He's making some Marines of his own now. But with just one Spartan, you can only be in one place. He is exploiting that right now. Being in multiple locations, expanding. And just pumping Marines day in, day out. It's cheap. You can stockpile your power. And go to the higher tech tiers. That's exactly what he should be doing at this point. It's his pretty much only play available. Might want to consider a little bit of a Warthog play, perhaps. Even picking off EOD's stolen mini. That's all the kind of stuff that Ami needs very badly right now. And, you know, if he can get to further drops, which is both the Kodiak and later the Grizzlies, that would be great. Now EOD has an upgraded base here with a veteran Spartan. I wonder if it's the Spartan being veteran or the Mantis here, but the Kodiak is ripping the Marines a new one. This isn't even close. Simon on YouTube says we're the only people keeping this game alive. I don't think that's true. I think a lot of our events are community funded, so there's that. I think Team Respawn does a lot of content. I think Ed Greenwald does a lot of content. I think Yo Desla does a lot of content. Liam used to do a lot of content, and there's a lot of streamers on Twitch that nobody follows for whatever reason. Almirante here, EOD, these guys stream every single week, several times, and you guys should absolutely follow them to be able to be this good. You gotta watch these pros play, not just from my spectator's perspective, but also their first-person perspective. Hetchy streams a lot, Rock streams a lot, P2 streams a lot. All these top guys stream, basically, so if you're not watching them live, I think you're really missing out. It's just a huge lack of awareness in the Halo Wars 2 community for whatever reason about all the available content. Jesus Christ. Okay, the Kodiak's instantly deleted. I don't know what Ami was thinking with that, but now he's having to fight victory turrets and Kodiak's, and what he's gonna get for it? An air pad kill? Dude, this is unacceptably bad. EOD almost healed it, in fact. That wasn't gonna happen. But now it's Kodiak's, our veteran, Jerome Kodiak's. This is what things have come to. Okay, why not? But hey, behind this, Almirante does have 3 bases now. He is a little bit behind the minis, but he can accept that, I think. EOD staying on tier 2. He got himself a 7 slot here instead of tier 3 for whatever reason. Very slow destruction. Ami going for the 4th base. Wow. So is EOD actually going tier 3 now? Yes, he indeed is. That will give him an even better Spartan. Not unkillable by any means. But there's a threat against Jerome for Forge. If you do go Grizzlies, there's a high chance that Jerome can also afford Omega Team and simply steals all 3 of your vehicles and uses them against you. It's a hard counter, as hard as it gets. Definitely an ouchie. So you don't really want to pick Grizzlies until you absolutely are confident that that thing is off cooldown. Or, sorry, on cooldown. Once you dispatch of those Spartans, you can absolutely do it, though. Just a matter of getting to that point. That's another pick-off. Holy moly. Wait, did we lose the Mantis? Yes! It was the Mantis that was started up, not the Spartan. Okay, that's interesting. Kodiaks have been spread out, and EOD is now playing with vultures. Spartan's 1-star. There we go. He's tier 3. Oh boy, these Warthogs are no longer safe. Almirante on 77 population versus 74, so it's looking like an equal game, right? Well, sorry, EOD is on tier 3. His vulture nuke is gonna absolutely mess this Warthog up. That was absolutely necessary to use heavy metal there, but there's gonna be mines. Oh boy, he's running over them. Jeez. Oh, of course, heavy metal is absolutely bonkers. And so is this healing location. So, a good place to be in. However, the vulture count, it's starting to grow. The more it grows, the better it gets. As it only takes like 5 nukes to get rid of a base like this. I don't actually know how many building upgrades Ami has, but I assume none. He's just made it to tier 3, he's barely got any power. And supposedly the Warthog is what he wants to upgrade next. This nuke is gonna hit, however. Full power. Oh, half of it is gone. Meanwhile, EOD is nuking the base as well. Like I said, it takes 5 vultures to one-shot it, but there was a lot of auto attacks. The hero is helping, the Mantis is helping, and it's gone. EOD still has some work to do on Ami though. There's this It's not a mini base, but it's a mini base, if you know what I mean. Only 3 slots. Whew. Ami isn't completely against the ropes just yet, but he's kind of very close, just one step away. If EOD takes this, Ami would have to win 4 in a row. That is excessively unlikely. So very unlikely, in fact. He doesn't want to give him anything. Not a single point of experience will be wasted here. Spartan morale getting used to get the Nightingales out of trouble. Give them some extra speed. And armor, of course. That's a lot of vultures by EOD, man. Like, okay, there's Marines, so they might be able to get under this. And the Fortress being very annoying, of course. Scatter Bomb will hit these units pretty well. And it looks like the Gales are in trouble. Never got to pop their smoke. The nukes aren't coming in, but we've got a Victory Turret dump as well as the Space Trash dump. The Marines have been essentially vaporized, and here come the nukes to finish them off. Holy moly. There was a little bit too much targeting onto already dead units. So I'm assuming some of it was stacked, but still a lot of Ami stuff was deleted. And that's exactly what EOD needed right this moment. But he's gonna have to remake. And I'm not sure if vultures are the answer by themselves. Like, you might as well mix in a few tanks, why not? It's not like the Marines can fight against that. Of course, Almirante would be extremely annoying for tanks to deal with, but you've got Jerome to pick out the Fortrog. Look at how well that is going. Barely takes any retaliation damage, but through heavy metal, restoration drones, Nightingales, and combat tech Marines, of course, the Fortrog can be healed up very easily, so there is that. Again, Vulture's not the best answer. EOD needs a tech swap, I think. Or at least a mixture of tanks. Can't just rely on the leader power combos. Ami is fairly comfortable himself at up to 100 population. He's working on the 4th base again. Man, if EOD allows this to go on a little bit too long, he's actually going to be the one to fall behind. Maybe coming forward with the Kodiaks a little bit wouldn't be bad. Omega team is in, ladies and gentlemen. As this next encounter begins. That's a lot of Spartan slams getting made available right there. And the nukes are, of course, going to connect with nothing. Where are you going, nukes? Hearing some mines getting slapped down on the floor. And some do detonate, but there's still plenty of Marines left. It's all on the Spartans now to make it count. Yeah, I don't like this vulture stuff, guys. This is not very effective. They're getting yeeted and deleted. But as soon as EOD drops down to 60 population, he'll actually gain a higher level of Spartan power level with Time for Heroes kicking in. Just a few population points ahead of that limit right now. And here's the Yaks. Ami just likes to make Marines, man. Well, EOD is letting him. Fair enough, you know. Fair enough. Ooh, the Kodiaks are absolutely dumping on this, and so is the space trash. Jeez. Victory turrets also quite powerful themselves. Now the Kodiaks no longer able to cover each other there. And they get smoked too, but there is Leon helping out with the sword. You got a Spartan jump. I think those mines aren't gonna be avoidable. Oh my god. Ami does try to get out of there, at least with the Fortrog. That's all that got out, in fact, I'm pretty sure. Alright, 2 Marines, whatever. Why not? Well, the Kodiak stayed alive with 1 star, right? And the Spartans are at work on this base. So Ami's economic advantage is essentially down the toilet at this point. What do you even do? Make more Marines? No, he's switching into Vultures himself. But I think the Spartans will steal that stuff. I think that's what will happen here. Especially with EOD now trying to take back the power nodes. Things are gonna be different around here. Ami can afford them birds for the moment. But he will need to upgrade some of those pads on the bases. EOD has been pretty chill about all this. It's got all the heavy supply pads, of course. That's good macro right there. He's preparing the vehicles, which also just getting the techs for the moment. Which will benefit the Kodiaks in the meantime anyway, so... It's not like it's not an instant investment. It will pay off right away. Oh! The Mastodons. Interesting. So you'd only leave Leon out, right? Because he obviously can't attack from that. Need something to shoot. Marine gonna deny the base from coming up. And EOD back to 4 mini bases. That's almost as good. That's almost as good as having this base. Just 3 slots behind at the moment. Is this a 7 slot? Yeah. And Ami, of course, has been a good boy. He's been upgrading all his supply pads, but that one... not many nukes are available here for EOD, but he's got a really good army, and honestly that Warthog is getting kind of yeeted out of here. Nukes don't quite connect with the Vulture. EOD decides to just rush in. He's got victory turrets. He might jump on these Vultures with the Spartans over there. I wonder how that will work out. There's 1 capture right there. More nukes coming in. Targeting the hero. Vultures immediately toast, but the Spartan does survive. And Ami has lost 2 Vultures immediately, one of them extremely low in the back there. I do think that EOD should go after the rest now. Nightingale's toast. Can he down this base before the Vultures vaporize his army? I think not. And I think the Mastodons might not be the right move right now. Might need to go back into Vultures. And, you know, just using his own Spartans in addition to all that. Of course, what happens here is that the Spartans are allowed to escape out of these bad situations through either captures, like that. Oh my god. Or just jumping into the Mastodons, but this works just fine. Nuke still available, by the way. Spartan's gonna have to get out of there because it blowed up. And Spartan's toast. Now, bear in mind, Omega Team is not going to be available again until all 3 heroes are dead. So that is something that Almirante can play around with and keep just one of them alive to be annoying with it. The Kodiaks were also walked up accidentally with an all units grab. So this is Ami's chance to make a comeback here. Especially if he can get this to be a 7 slot base, I think he's in an okay position. But the longer this goes, the more I like Jerome's situation, except for one thing, which would be combat salvage. That is one thing that Forge could do. If you're out of position while combat salvage takes out an entirety of your base, and then you fight with combat salvage on your Vultures, you will not be losing anything but the 3 Vultures that the Spartans destroy. Or capture, sorry. That would be your only loss. Everything else comes back for free. So that's a tough one for Jerome to deal with. But other than that, it's pretty comfortable. I mean, you still get your free vehicle steals and whatnot. So that's good business right there. And yeah, heavy metal is good, but so is Spartan... what's his face? I suddenly forgot the name. Oh my god. My brain is melting. I'm gonna blank on this now, I think. Spartan morale. There we go. You got Spartan morale. So that also matters. Makes your army quite a bit better. In fact, Spartan morale tanks could be very, very special here. Just taking down the Marines very quickly. But for whatever reason, EOD is just going heavy in Mastodons, and I don't understand. Mines might detonate here. Oh boy, that's mine level 2 right there. You can tell from the massive radius. Enduring Salvo is ready as well. Ami has so many resources, however, I'm not sure he cares anymore. There's a Spartan Warthog. Why is there a Spartan Warthog? That is so weird. EOD barely has any supplies left, so Army's economy and this constant marine pump is kind of working out. EOD just hasn't been taking the very effective trades, and I don't know if these Mastodons are it. Maybe if they were stocked up with a lot of infantry, it could work out. It would be difficult for the Marines to engage for sure. Scatterbomb doing quite a bit of work here, weakening everyone, but guess what? The Fortune is getting taken down too. It's not like Jerome doesn't have a heal available. There will be in fact a heal eventually. Looks like Jerome himself was not in the Mastodon. Oh, sorry, not in the Mantis, but in the Mastodon. And then EOD is taking back this with the freaking Spartan Warthog. Why not? Always adding Hellbringers. They have dispersion also, I'm pretty sure. Oh, they do. It's the Blue Flame, boys. You guys remember Blue Flame in Halo Wars 1? That was a cool visual upgrade. Funnily, the Marines weren't very veteran at all. But they can just jump into the next thing. And this Virgin Nautilus is doing its work. Just a few buildings will be deleted here. I like where this is going, but it's very slow progress. And now we've got a counterattack! Once again, getting space trash dumped. 2 watchtowers. What is up with that, EOD? It's for Kodiak vision, is it not? It must be. In fact, he's bringing up his Kodiaks, making sure that he can siege the base. Oh my god, Ami's gonna lose it. If Ami is gonna be put down to 2 bases, I'm not sure he can make a comeback happen, because he just can't pump that many Marines. Also, these guys kind of shred Marines, so we need something better. Not just these repeated attacks into that base, also they're gonna come across the... Oh man, Ami. What is that drop? You know it's gonna get countered by this. It's for the nth time now that Ami put the Kodiaks in the same place, and it's not gonna get better results because you did it one more time. So, yeah. Anyways, the Mastodons can be filled up with 4 people now, so the upgrade is done there. Bonus points for whoever knows the name of that upgrade. I don't. Shows how much Jerome I play, right? It's been years, man. Anyway, that means that you can make fewer Mastodons and still load them fully, get a bigger army in the process. Why would he use that on the watchtower? That would have been very nice on the main building, right? Just to speed things up, but I guess destroying the air pads will take away all remaining production. And EOD is full pop, right? He's gonna try yet another counterattack. Where did these come from? I thought he was just making more Marines. Not the case. This is a very good counterattack. In fact, EOD is in a little bit of trouble. He's gonna have to sell his buildings, selling his turrets even, just to make sure he's got a little bit of resources to come out of this with. Well, guess what? The Vultures are gonna reload their missiles, and then there's this base. EOD is essentially full population. And he's a little bit slower at destroying bases, so I think Almirante might have stolen the win here somehow with these hidden vultures. Very good job hiding them. I didn't even notice for a moment. And clearly neither did EOD. Oh, something's coming in. That's Grizzlies! The Grizzles are coming in. We've got heavy metal on these units, which is going to absolutely delete the base. EOD has no hope of saving it. Even the Pelicans were affected by the heavy metal, by the way, as they brought in the Grizzles. And now it's up to EOD to stop this somehow. Where did his army go? Okay, here they are. They were just getting blobbed a little. Got one more base to work on, plus this one. Good job splitting off the one Mastodon, but now EOD's job is getting a lot harder, but they have almost the same amount of resources. This could actually work out, you know. But still, the threat of combat salvage is in. That never got used. Oh boy. Very, very rough situation for EOD to face. A little bit of healing coming in for Army, and the Marines are gonna prioritize the air units. Oh, he's gonna bomb the base! Oh, it's gone! It is gone! Army is buying the bases on the far side of the map. EOD is on the timer, 53 seconds left and counting. This might be a victory for Almirante if things keep going his way. EOD is on a double buy bases as well, but Army is controlling the mini bases right now. Jerome, that's not Jerome, that's August, I think. Will be going down probably, but no, she gets away. She gets away. Very nicely done there. Saving that Spartan is super important in this coming battle, as obviously a Spartan stolen vulture cannot be combat salvaged. So that is one play that EOD still has available to him. But with Ami actually getting 4 bases at the same time to EOD's 1, this is gonna be spicy to say the very least. Ah! Spartan's trying. I don't think she can. Oh my god, where's the nukes? They got cancelled. The smokes, they're saving the Spartan. That's a steal. Can we get another? Oh, the Marines are destroying the rest. Okay, EOD, not bad. There's hope yet. Holy crap, he just destroyed all 4 vultures and there was no combat salvage. Oh my god. Ami might actually be in a little bit of trouble if EOD, in fact, holds this base, gets the minis back. Like, what? Marines? Tanks? Dude, he's gonna steal it with the Spartans, man. And then what does Ami do? For all practical purposes, Ami only has the Forchog. That's the only real unit on the field right now that matters. Does it matter very much? I would say not. Alright, let's see those Spartans. They're right here. There's one in there. Is that Jerome? 1 star vulture gonna nuke that thing. Oh boy, goodbye Forchog. No longer has that either. Definitely EOD has a little bit of momentum right now. He's getting a base as well, a second one. Ami is gonna be ahead in resources though, and bear in mind that Forge's cheap resource building upgrades are gonna come in extremely handy in a base trade. Where, especially you have that much power, it's gonna be almost no problem. And it's not a priority actually to build a generator at this point. But yeah, here is the Mantis anyhow, looking for trouble. Looking for a base? Yeah, that's not gonna happen, EOD. Better not do that because there are Kodiaks up there. Almirante is still looking very hot in terms of map control, so nicely done with that. That's a strange smoke. Those Kodiaks are still stuck here. So I think... Oh, yeah, nice. Nice, save it. That didn't cost much at all, and it's well worth it to keep those vehicles online, and now they can siege the base, so this is great. However, here comes the business. Fire a nuke, take a grizzly. Them's the rules. Spartan morale's on. I think this is a great opportunity to smoke him. Yep, there you go. Well, the one smoke would have been enough for this. Oh, EOD is gonna lose his flyers. Especially the Nightingale losses hurt a lot here. That would have been useful to keep. The one Hellbringer in here is gonna wreak havoc, man. Marines never stood a chance. EOD is a 7-slot base and none of it will be destroyed, it doesn't look like. Maybe one supply pad. Oh, there's a heal, he's fine. One supply pad loss is very acceptable in exchange for all these powers. And he's got his second base up and running. This is looking once again okay. Mastodon is destroyed, but there's a lot of very veteran units here. And they're gonna trade away beautifully against the Marines, although obviously the Fortrog will win. The tier 3 Fortrog, absolute beast, right? But at least a little bit of value for EOD. Ooh. Another Grizzle getting destroyed. But Almirante's resources are looking beautiful right now. In fact, you know what he could do? He could make a Condor and just nuke these bases from the restoration points. That could be a very big play right now for Ami. He's very close in terms of resources. He's got the population he needs. He's got EOD distracted with nonsense grizzlies and whatever that he doesn't want to capture because he's got a vulture, right? That's good enough. But if he's gonna have Mastodons with Marines, those are not gonna catch up to the Condor, especially healing under here. And from up there, you can destroy the base, so that thing has some bonkers range. Where is the building? There's the armory. Let's see. Yes! I predicted it! I can keep my job at MetaPlace. Amazing. Man, all these gaming layoffs can't touch me. I'm very sad, actually, the gaming world right now. Let's talk about something nicer, like this video game. It's just Marines, man. It's just Marines. It's a bait. It's a big bait. I think EOD might be falling for it. Does he have any preparation whatsoever? He's got nothing in the air, dude. How is he gonna catch those? They're not even Pokemon. Nice. That's the one Kodiak. This might go beyond the hour limit. If EOD has his way, he's certainly good at turtling, but I don't know how he's gonna hold the Condor, dude. There's just no units for him. Here it comes. Oh, he's panicking. Yes. Pelican the Kodiaks, dude. That's exactly how it's done. Oh, it's not that. It's not the Kodiaks, I'm sorry. It's the Marines. They're here to heal. You don't need no healing fountain. The Fountain of Life is not going to play a role. Questionable scatter bomb, I must say. And it looks like EOD might actually have a chance of taking this thing down. But heavy metal comes in. There's a lot of healing, but there's space trash to drop as well. There's always space trash. Keep that in mind. Kessler syndrome is real. This Condor actually isn't looking all that healthy. There's no Nightingales. And EOD just shooting it up. Oh my god, the range on these things is bonk. Oh, there's a nuke. There's a nuke. He takes it down. That's crazy. Dude, what happened here? Ami, you forgot the map. You got the Fountain of Life, dude. What happened? It was always been real. It's just not on Earth, dude. Anyway, Ami getting another base, so you know he's got the situation under control. Maybe. what does he do about this though? This is looking tough. If all this rolls up to Ami right now, and that Grizzle is destroyed, and another Vulture gets taken or something like that, or a Grizzly or whatever, that would be a tough situation to be in, and it is exactly what is happening. All these missiles just tearing the Marines a new one. Oh boy. Huh? Where are you going? That nuke just went into Narnia. Oh! Oh, I think there was some destruction here. That looked like mines to me. The Kodiaks are toast! There's more Kodiaks, alright, yeah. There's one here, and that's it. It's actually the Nightingale spotting, so that will be destroyed rapidly. And then EOD can pounce on the base, take a third. Which is a pretty big deal, you might say. The Vultures are spotted. Ami can't hide this no more. There's more coming, and EOD knows it. So, yeah, he just needs a lot of Marines. And he needs to trade once again. He has enough time to take down this base. This is a 7 slot, so it will survive for a relatively long time. Let's see if he can get his building upgrades going. He's got the power for it, so you might as well, you know. Maybe over here an armory would be good. And yeah, just leave like one Marine behind and go. And you gotta protect the base against... EOD left? EOD left! What? That has to be a disconnect. Oh my god. That has to be a disconnect. But Ami was up in bases, so... Welcome to Mirage. We have got Almirante 99 picking up Pavium, who's actually pretty good here on Mirage. Let's see what he can do. But in the opposition, EOD Spartan Seb with Atriox is a very solid leader himself. Very difficult to deal with that hero in particular. And the plasma mines are super annoying as well. You get so many expansions versus the heightened economy and lower base counts for Pavium. Doesn't look like there's gonna be any additional chopperinos in the early game. In fact, it's EOD's chopper that finds a grunt and pushes it off a little bit from the power. Not much to claim, but it's just nice that the grunt isn't gathering actively. So that's a little victory for him already. Other than that, the build order is pretty standard. We've got grunts in the garrison early on. Instead of picking up power and focusing on mini base captures, it's gonna be more focused around, you know, just sorting out the hero fast. And for Ami, it's gonna be a quick double extractor, so that's also rather solid. Very economic build, and I'm a little bit worried. What if EOD does go for brutes? There's the War Council. So yeah, hero and brutes is, I think, one way to play this that could be very problematic for Pavium to deal with. I'm totally expecting seeing that at some point. But EOD is taking it easy. Oh, wait. He's getting the raid camp. Changing his mind there. But just in case he's gonna double check these bases, he could get himself a ninja expo at the same time. As Atriox, he really likes to do that. He holds his points because he doesn't yet know, is he gonna go all out aggression with countermeasures and plasma mines, or is he gonna focus on the mass expansions with fortifications? We're about to find out. But for the moment, he's got 3 mini bases to just the 1. Ami is working on number 2 there just now, so it's very, very slow for sure. Very slow indeed. Raid camp. Double raid camp will hit very hard. We got the chosen. His upgrade will soon follow, no doubt. But without the second power node, it's gonna be not the fastest thing. So one thing you can do, of course, is pick off the sentinels with this guy and build his XP up a little bit. Ah, we got the plasma mines, okay. So that means that the brutes definitely have countermeasures. This power node didn't get affected by it, but it's not that big of a deal actually. So it's fine. The Grunt has seen this for a very long time, so Ami should be preparing for it. He's going tier 2. He's got the War Council in the main. And it's a raid camp. So far the defenses are very bare bones, right? We've got the 2 turrets and that's it. EOD going full aggression. His Chosen is upgraded. He's taking over the power nodes. The Grunts won't be able to actually start the capture process as long as something is bothering them. Very buggy, these brute Grunts. The elite Grunts behave properly though. Big unfair. Anyway, this is free XP for the Chosen right there, so he's gonna pick him off. Plasma mines are up. And Pavim Hero is currently hiding in the base. His little attachment, drone, will repair buildings as they get hurt. And this allows Ami to pump out a bunch of elite rangers. He's already got some. But he has to be careful with that Chosen. The Chosen would be able to hit obviously the entire squad with this splash attack. Quite problematic indeed. So in low numbers, they're kinda useless. Of course, pair them with the hero and it's a very different situation. One thing on EOD's side is speed, of course. Aatrox's Chosen is extremely fast compared to any infantry really. And just with 2 brutes, he's cancelling the expansion of Almirante, so he's just going for the long-term play, with Aatrox still getting the business. Despite the lack of fortifications, you can still obviously expand just like a normal banished. So I'm not very sold, in fact, on the brute play, as things are, but there is a little mine detonation at least. Maybe we'll see more later down the line. Combining plasma mines with brute slams is typically pretty solid, and Pavim doesn't have a lot of place against it. But the slowing beam, the nerf beam is actually working out here, slowing down the Chosen, and killing him are the elites. Nice pickoff. EOD definitely ventured a little bit too far, and maybe Ami has got this figured out, but he will need to take back some of the map because currently Ami is just running on fumes, right? He's got burnout, which is great. But yeah, you really want this main base to be full of eco buildings, and then your expo is your production base. That is absolutely not the case right now. He's having to push this mini base, very annoying indeed. EOD is tier 2, so at some point he'll be able to make a shroud and shut down the brute. Pavium, I mean. All those shots would just not be hitting. Not where you want to be. Again? How did EOD stop this? That's crazy, man. Was it just the one? He just bought the base, man. What? What is happening? Oh. My voice is dying is what's happening. Pavim is doing his best, okay? It's a very hard to hit building. Unfortunately, due to the stupid shape of the apex. It actually looks cool. It's not stupid. But, yeah. Units aren't actually aiming for the physical part of it, so the shots just go through at certain angles. The bugs in this game. Well, that's a lot of upgrading buildings. You all know what EOD wants now. He wants to be called the builder. We can do that. We can build it. That's a 4th generator, ladies and gentlemen. That is a 4th generator. 45 upgrade level 2. He's working on those leader power points. Being a very good boy about this. Locusts are out by our Pavilion player. And the Lich is coming soon TM as well. Chosen finds Ami's expo. It's just not gonna happen. Ami needs the base here, methinks. That is so annoying. Oh, a Locust just appeared. That would be a very nice thing to pick off if you're EOD. Very expensive unit. Definitely don't want to deal with Pavium because he slows you down. And then you need to teleport or something. Here's the heal. Yeah, of course, the Chosen only matters if he is in a bigger fight than this and at safe distances. If he just runs around the map, not doing anything, then it's exactly what it sounds like. He's not doing anything. For the most part, Pavium can keep up for now. The buildings can take enough of a beating. EOD Spartan Seb probably working his way to the 6th point by now. But I'm not sure what he's gonna do with it. Like, he barely has any units. He's got Dark Skies Brutes running around, so I'm sure he's preparing a big transition to them or something. No? He doesn't have any Ferrex. How is he gonna make Brutes? Ami's doing rather nicely coming back into this, and like I said, eventually the Lich will happen. And backed up with Locust, that is very problematic indeed. He's working with the 1 raid camp. Now adding foundries. He's not tier 3. He's not even going tier 3, right? I don't think. Yeah, he's building this, upgrading that. Making this 7 slot. Oh, he wants to stay tier 2 forever. Interesting. That sounds like a Lich. I was worried I didn't start Twitch vote, but I did. Aha. I can still keep my job as a meta plays person. Oh, the beam! Oh, it gets both of the Locusts. That is so good. It's exactly what EOD needed out of that. But yeah, this is a problem. The shield's gone. And here's the Pav Daddy. You can help focus on the base. Oh, the mines getting to him, but at the same time the Chosen's getting nerfed. Like I said, teleport is needed to get out of this. So looks like the first Reaver was destroyed. The second one should probably stick to the back of the base. Meanwhile, the anti-air and anti-vehicle turrets, 2 in 1, are keeping away all these Wraiths. Almirante being on tier 3 is really useful, I think. Maybe the Chosen can do a little bit of damage to Pavium here, but the direct fighting is just not working out. The Shroud would have been needed to really turn his fight around. And constant healing on the Lich allows it to stay for the full duration, it seems. EOD might have overcommitted on nonsense instead of making attacking units. Sometimes building too much is not good, as you probably have been aware for a long time. Yeah, EOD still has the free bases, so it's something, right? But he doesn't have a good army, and he certainly doesn't have anything to deal with Wraiths. That's a problem, and I think it's coming to bite him very soon. If he only had a tier 3 at least, is working on that right now, I think. Please don't tell me he's working on the 7 slots. Okay. That's a 1-star Brute. It was. Not even dropped in. Hey, what? Ed Green also subscribed. We hit 40 subs, ladies and gentlemen. Despite our semi-hiatus. Really appreciate the support. And the upcoming tournaments in the next year, I really hope will show that gratitude in more than just words. We're on it. We're on it. We're making the systems happen to have this multi-tiered league. We'll keep the initial setups as neutral and fair as we can, and then it will only get better by itself as players sort out their own seedings through tournament results and showmatch results and whatever. Alright, the base is getting healed by the engineer, so that is looking good for EOD, but he will need one or two more. The shield juggle certainly will help. It's not a juggle, it's the first shield actually on this base. And he's just gonna follow up with turrets. The hunter's gonna survive, it seems. And we've got the rifle barrel chosen. Oh man, look at that massive slow on the pavilion. He can't get out of this, but he does kick a hunter real quick before he's dying. So that's nice, I guess. That was a hell of a karate kick. Base is looking healthy enough, I think. And actually, EOD can start chasing Ami's vehicle-heavy army. Huh. He's teleporting on top. There's plasma mines and there's at least a bunch of engineer shields, but I think it's a little bit too many Reavers to mess with. In fact, the Chosen will be in trouble here. There's only one hunter to support, and I think EOD made a mistake here. He's getting the heal though. Holy moly, he's just deleted the remaining vehicles. Oh, one more. Just the Reavers. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. No need for the wiggle. The Chosen just made it out of there. That is absolutely bonkers. EOD is still on point. He made a nearly perfect trade there, losing only the engineers for an army of vehicles. Wraiths, specifically. That's pretty expensive stuff. And well, Army's gonna have to rely on that burnout a lot. And he's mostly getting power from that right now. Oh boy. Where is the Pav Daddy? There it is. Mac Apsu, thank you very much for the sub and also welcome to the stream. First time ever, nice. Yeah, it's more interesting to watch it live by a slight bit, I think. There's the whole anticipation factor versus YouTube's timeline kind of spoiling things. Even though the YouTube quality is better, blah blah blah, and edited usually. Nice takedown off the mini base. EOD doing his best to keep the Wraiths alive, but the numbers aren't working out. It's out of position here. Got the shields back on the Chosen, and it is 1 star, so that will count for something. But I think EOD wants to teleport out of here. This is not the fight you want to take. And with how everyone is moving, this Wraith is getting caught as well. Another loss. Down the drain. Oh, he's wiggling! He's gonna dodge every single shot. He's so good at this. Oh boy. These Wraiths need to watch out. There's a new boss in town. And there's no mercy for the likes of Wraiths. Might need to see a teleport here though. Oh, I don't think he has it! I don't think he has it! He has it. Ooh, that's spicy, dude. That is spicy. We've got hunters on the field. That will help a lot against the Wraiths. And meanwhile, weaken this a little bit. The Wraiths themselves, of course, are going to outdamage the healing. And this will be a really good spot to drop in Eradication. He's got the resources. Let's go. Need to see it. Oh, invulnerable? No, Dying Breath. Sorry. Dying Breath. Base is destroyed after all. And the plasma mines are being annoying once again, but Ami's Wraiths are getting a little bit out of control, I think. How is EOD gonna manage this with one Wraith? And a Prayer. Maybe he's gonna have Beam level 2 or something by now. Like, he's got a lot of time behind all this, right, to get everything upgraded. I think you have to add a handful of Shrouds at this point, but the Reavers are always scary. So there is that. Ooh. EOD really wants that 4th base, man. You know, if this goes extremely long, it could be actually problematic for EOD in the sense that Ami can get mega turrets. At some point that becomes reality. Especially if he takes control of the middle for a long time, he will stockpile the resources a bit. Once he's full pop, right? Right now he's pumping Wraiths, that is expensive business. But when he does have the eco for mega turrets, man, you need to go air at that point, and that's not particularly great against Banish due to Reavers, but you can get to a critical mass that can outposition stuff. Especially in Mirage, there's a lot of these high ground bits that the Reavers need to work around. And you got a lot of invulnerabilities as Trox, which really helps them stay alive, even in bad fights. Yeah, well, anyway, Aatrox is chosen, running out of allies, running away from... Oh boy. Running away from trouble. Are we gonna see an eradication here? I think it's almost required at this point. There's just not enough juice here for EOD to hold, man. He's putting down the eradication. There's red beams, there's blue beams, there's green. It's Star Wars, basically, right now. Oh my god, he goes for the choke point! And that beam just deleted a ton of the Wraiths, but is it gonna be enough? We've got the teleportation to save the base. Massive amount of healing coming through from the engineers. With the bubbles especially, the Wraiths aren't doing all that much damage to the hunters. And they are getting hunted, let me tell you. The Pavium is, however, alive and karate kicking and chopping them up close in melee range. Sometimes he shoots a mortar, whatever suits him, man. Mix it up. That's hot. What now? EOD's base is totally fine. The shields aren't gonna come up anytime soon, but if the army is getting shot instead of the base, actually it will come up. Only a few seconds now, and it will be happening, so this Lich better retarget onto one of the buildings or else. I think the shield's gonna come up, guys. It keeps targeting these dying Breath Brutes. Oh, just in time. Just in time. It prevented the shield from coming up. This Lich is very low in health. All the vehicles have run away. There's only 3 of them left. So EOD has very cost effectively held this. Losing a hero, bunch of hunters. And Ami has to rebuild his entire army once again. EOD is doing very well in terms of economy. He's taking the garrison, which is a great spot to be. As you can reach very far from it, it boosts the range quite a lot. And yeah, it looks like the NG can hold the base just fine by itself against the hero. Of course it can. Ouch. I wouldn't want to do that. Jump with the jetpack into a minefield. That sounds like not a good time. Okay. EOD has 77 population. He's working on the 4th base again. He can easily pick off this hero if he commits to it. Yes, he does. He's got this super strong slow. He saves the Wraith. Beautiful micro right there. Once again, the mines are around, helping a bit, but Pavium is taking a heavy hit from that as well, of course. Both players kind of getting annihilated, but there's enough hunters, I think, for EOD right this moment. Doesn't have a lot of power, so there's no beams on those hunters just yet. Eventually it will happen. For now, EOD is just happy holding this. 12 seconds to upgrade the base. It's all done very quickly, right? Well, this is a really good show match. I am so happy to have invited these two. Need to do this matchup more often, I think. Good amount of Wraiths for army. Where is EOD's population exactly? Excuse me. Oh, I see. I thought he's hiding something. He is hiding something, as it turns out. That's a really good spot to use a bulwark, yes. It's probably not enough to get the shield up though. So the units will have to be the ones to hold here. But I don't think actually EOD cares too much about the base itself. Like, you can just get that scarab and you'll be fine. You know? Glassing beam is up. So if these Wraiths end up piling up a little bit too much, they'll be in trouble. And yeah, Dying Breath units are just taking so much fire here from these Wraiths, man. And Ami's gonna tap out. I don't know if he actually saw that Scarab coming in, but there was gonna be a superhero landing just now, and that was absolutely gonna wipe him out. There's no way that with so few Wraiths you can stop that, especially with EOD's hero once again getting to leveling. Yeah, that's not gonna happen, and EOD is just one game away from winning the show match, currently up 4-2. Very peaceful start, only this Jackrabbit and the Grunt are really fighting. Below Revised, we've got Ami's raid camp up here, of course. I'm surprised EOD didn't put a barracks here. That usually does happen. Not this time, and also it's not an armory, so that's one thing you could do. You just put your Alice up here and then you smash whatever comes out of that raid camp with the hero. That's easy enough. But to not see a barracks follow up is a little weird, especially since Alice is already happening, right? Yeah, it's just for whatever reason it's not showing up on the... How is it not showing up? Bruh. I'm getting frustrated now. Okay. Alice isn't real, it's confirmed. You can now make holograms in your bases, I guess. We got Chosen out. It's a very similar build, except EOD doesn't have a barracks here. I guess he's afraid of the Chosen, so he doesn't want the units to be popped by the Chosen as they come out of the mini. Instead, he's gonna move them in from further away. Snipers are a good idea if you can micro those and dodge the Chosen shots. Easier said than done, but if you can do it, that's great. Chosen will arrive here first, not only because he was made earlier, but also because he's faster than Alice. So everything really aligning for Almirante here. Very good start. And here it comes. Can this base be held? We're about to find out. Chosen's gonna farm some XP first from the Sentinels. There's a Grunt around to maybe take over the power node, but it doesn't look like it will work out. EOD saves the base with just a little bit of damage done. There's already 2 snipers and more coming out. Once the sniper count reaches 4+, it's going to be extremely difficult for the Chosen to do anything. And for Ami, the best next play is really the double extractor and going tier 2 and fighting on his own turf. Having to abandon this is awkward now, because obviously EOD will take out this mini base with the raid camp alongside it, and he can look with the Spartan to destroy some of these Sentinels, gaining experience for her. Dude, if Alice reaches like 2 stars with the chain gun, she's an invincible monster. So good against infantry that the Rangers basically become a non-viable pick. You have to have a lot of them to make that work. Plus, of course, the Chosen constantly slowing down Alice is required too. But then there's heavy metal, just stays there and fights. You've got all these early game snipers to help pick against any infantry that the banished player tries to use. So it gets awkward for sure. Important to have turrets. And I think EOD is upgrading the Spartan, but once again, it's not real. We can't see it on any of the UIs. Whatever, dude. I give up. Man, give this game a few more months of development, all the good stuff that could have been added, like a functional overlay for what's being currently made, rather than hiding it here. Just appearing on screen, showing both players' resources at the same time, so I don't have to flick every 5 seconds to satiate the needs of viewers, of course. You guys want to know what's going on. But I like going on tangents, and if I do that, I might not be flicking every 5 seconds. Keeping you in the dark about what's going on. That's why well-produced RTS games that have the time in the oven that they need have all that stuff displayed in a spectator UI. We need that. We need that kind of stuff to up to quality. Quality good. Fast release dates bad. Who would have thought? Anyway. We got a message in the YouTube chat that Defender is the man. If chat says so, it must be true. EOD is taking a ton of power nodes. There's a good number of rangers, but remember what I said about Alice. She's a beast. So as long as she doesn't get sacrificed into that, everything should be fine. But yeah, that's a tier 2 chosen. You don't want to fight this. There's some high ground snipers, but only half of them are here. That's problematic. Alice has to run away from this, of course. But chain gun is coming in, or heavy machine gun. Sorry. We've got the garages. Garages also play an important part. Forces the Atriox to make hunters. Don't want to be doing that when you want to deal with Alice. And the jump back brutes get quite shut down as well by Warthogs. But of course, if there's many jump brutes, it's possible to make plays happen. Stunning those things. 1 star on the Alice. Beast mode engaged. Hydrate, you fool, says the chat. Is that for me? Maybe. I probably should hydrate too. Even if the message is not for me. Okay, thanks chat, that was a good idea. Anyway. Hogs coming out like I said, and soon they will make a difference. Ami is stuck on 49 population, finally upgrading this base. Doesn't have any shield turrets, but he does have triple generator. That will play a big role coming coming up. Wow. Wow, that was the last second save of that. Nice one. Nasty infantry blob here. Not gonna be easy to deal with it. And I don't think the Spartan really wants to commit. But there are a good number of sniperinos here. Maybe they can help. EOD needs to bring these together though. Only a watchtower is coming up in the back, so that won't hold the base. It's a nice pick off with the hunter there. Sadly there's no hogs. Just the 2. It's better than nothing. And well, you know, Ami's well aware that these are holograms. He can see it from the detector units. Currently he's shooting a watchtower, which is pretty freaking useless, man. The allies can absolutely go to town here. The holograms still end up tanking shots. But Alice is a little stuck here now. Oh, could something happen here? Are we gonna have those mines drop in or something? The Spartan can hide in the vehicle, remember? So you could very easily get into the hog to save the Spartan. We gotta see it, EOD. We gotta see it. Heavy metal comes down. Is that the only hope? Oh, put it in the hog. No. You can't because he jumped. I remember now. I'm sorry for the bad commentary. But that would have probably been the better play to just, you know, fight and eventually put in the hog. Pick off like a ranger or two. That would have been the best outcome. Instead, we got a hurt Atriox the Chosen who has the shields back now, so that's awkward. Anyway, the Wolverine edition is very nice here, taking down the engineers and the rest of the army, kind of shredding the infantry. There's still 4 snipers, so good job keeping those alive, EOD as well. We do have a third base, very developed actually, way more developed than what Ami has, despite the lack of any plasma mines and whatever. So he went fortifications, but he didn't get the third base somehow. That is weird, man. And EOD, while having fewer units, does have these bases up. Alice will come out, and he can go tier 3 right now. I wonder if he will do. Okay, the snipers are in a bit of a pickle here. You don't want to be that close to the Chosen. You gotta ram it with a vehicle at this point, but I think because the Chosen shoots at random targets here, it's gonna be picked off. There it is. There it is. The brutes jump on the snipers, so that will hurt a lot. But as long as they keep moving, the brutes can't hit every hit, as they say. Ami has to run with his tail between his legs. Back to home base. Uh-oh. Dude, the snipers are absolute beasts. They've been going since the beginning. EOD takes a 4th base. He's got all the mini bases except this bottom one, but he's working on it. He's gonna soon have complete and utter domination of the map. Isabel OP. It's confirmed. It's true. The best offense is giving your lovers a shield. I said what I said. When are we gonna have tanks? EOD says no tanks. Oh, tanks! Thanks, EOD. Free brutes. Halo pieces. What's the plural of peace? Like, you know, not war. Does it even have a plural? Probably doesn't, right? I'm probably making a linguist somewhere cringe. I get away with it, I'm a foreigner. Ami's in so much trouble. He's gonna have to face the Isabel tanks, and they're quite upgraded. I think level 1 was done. Another generator coming in for him. Yeah, I mean, he's got all the bases in the world. He can do whatever he wants at this point. Ami needs a miracle to bring this back, which, you know, he needs to bring this back. He can't lose this one. Well, he can, but it's not a good result for him, because then EOD gets all the cash. This is the longest show match in a few weeks. Very true. I mean, we can go in 3 hours live at least. Oh, there were some breaks in there, but still. 3 hours is a good mark to hit, I think. These brutes are not too bad. They're creating a little distraction, buying Ami some time, but he needs something more substantial to bring this game back truly. He's hard stuck in tier 2 because he's making so many hunters, which he needs to do that. There's no question about it. If he wants to survive, right? Losing all these mid-game units was problematic. The Rangers were basically given away for a Spartan kill. And we've got a Mag Blast following up the heal. Oh my god, EOD has been waiting for this moment the whole game. We've got a beam coming down, but it doesn't beam anything. That's not great either. The smoke is saving the Spartan from everything, not able to shoot her. And she would have wiped the floor with what's left there. There was nothing there that could damage the Spartan. And EOD take the show match in a very convincing 5-2 result, with one game being a little bit questionable maybe to just hand out the win to Almirante, but we discussed it in detail, right? Even so. So if worst case, it would have been even more decisive for EOD. Almirante needs to get off Halo Wars 1 and get on Halo Wars 2 if he wants to be king in this game again. We want to thank our MetaPlace website subscribers. Your contribution helps us keep the project sustainable. As we reach higher subscription goals, you are helping us cover more and more behind-the-scenes costs, such as video editing. Check out our subscription page using the link in the description, and remember to collect your perks. We will see you the next time.